Hey guys, here are my UFC Fight Night predictions. The fights are March 31st in Charlotte, North Carolina, and once again, they are free on Spike. Spike is hooking us up with free fights. I mean, you guys can't complain. Free fights on TV, and I just want to say, dear Spike, I love you. You don't believe me? Look, I even wrote you a little note. Dear Spike, I love you. Love MMA girls. Because I do. First prediction is Kenflo versus Gomi, and Gomi is in the UFC. For those of you that don't know, he's a very well-rounded fighter. He's got KO power, and he is very knowledgeable with submissions. Most of his wins come from submissions, and now he's in the UFC, and it's kind of like a win-win situation for the UFC, because if he wins, they get to build him up, and if Kenny wins, Gomi's a big enough fighter where, you know, it's an extra notch in Kenny's belt, he gets to move forward. So it's a win-win situation. I give Kenny the edge with the Muay Thai and technical striking, and on the ground, I think anything can happen. Honestly, I think that Kenny can take down Gomi. He couldn't take down BJ, but I think he can take down Gomi and test him on the ground, and I think that's what's going to happen. And people, you might be like, oh, no, but I mean, Kenny's got really good takedowns, and Cur Pellegrino can test to that. So I'm going to go with Kenny by decision. Next prediction is Roy Big Country Nelson versus Devon Struve, and Struve's been making a name for himself. He's been looking really good. He got Buentello in some compromising positions, and now he's fighting Nelson. And I give Big Country the advantage with the jiu-jitsu, obviously, especially his top game. But I don't know, Struve is hard to finish, and I think that Roy's going to have a trouble with his length, because Struve is really, really lanky. But I give the advantage, like I said, on the ground to Roy, especially his top game, and he has KO power. I'm going to go with Roy. I'm going to go with Big Country, but I don't know if it's going to be a KO or decision because Struve is really hard to finish, but I'm going to go with Roy Nelson, either by KO or by decision. Next prediction is Nate Quarry versus Jorge Rivera, or George Rivera. I don't know. I've been hearing Jorge Rivera, so now I'm going to call him Jorge, even though my friend George Gurgel hates to be called Jorge, so I'm going to say Jorge Rivera. This is an interesting matchup because they both have KO power and they've both been knocked out, so I think they're going to stand and trade. I give, you know, Rivera the edge with the technical striking, more straighter punches, but with Quarry, I mean, he's just relentless. He has good ground and pound, and he's not going to quit. He's really mentally tough. So, interesting matchup. I think I'm going to go with Quarry because I think he's going to push through and get what he wants, which is TKO, and I'm going to go with Quarry by TKO. Although, this could go in either way because, like I said, both guys have KO power, and it's always an interesting fight when that happens. Last prediction is Ross Pearson versus Dennis Siver, and Ross in his last fight looked really good. He fought Aaron Riley and really impressed me and surprised me. His hands look good, his striking looks good, his timing looked good. He just really, really impressed me, and I think if that Ross Pearson shows up in this fight, it's going to cause Dennis a lot of problems. Dennis is a tough dude. This is his 8th fight. He has some TKO wins, some submission wins, and he's definitely tough. He comes from Germany. He's tough. But if the Ross Pearson that I saw in the fight against Aaron Riley shows up, then I have to go with Ross. I just based on what I saw. So I'm going to go with Ross by decision because I think, like I said, Dennis is a tough dude, and I don't think that Ross is going to get the TKO or submission on him, but I think he will win decision. So Ross by decision. See, even my little penguin Duncan loves Spike. Yes, he does. I love Spike. My roommate's dog loves Spike too. Look at that.